What do puppet sex and Chris Gore have in common? More than you ever want to know, sadly. It's a hardwood and DV Tuesday. Now, since the dawn of reason, man has longed to fly. And now that we've conquered that, man longs to fly lawnmowers. Man needs something to occupy its time, I think. Gotta be honest. And all your letters of protest have been ignored. It's another. It came from eBay. Now get ready for A to the O to the, you know who the hell we are.
Pick up on this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Adam is here.
Yes, I am.
Let me begin by welcoming you, of course, our guest host for the day, Adam Sessler. And just to let you guys know, over the next 4 weeks, we'll be having a series of guest hosts. But we are very much so in the process of selecting a permanent fixture, so don't worry. It's all part of our grand plan.
You guys have
Adam.
a grand plan?
I think we paid a guy to scribble it down on a cocktail napkin, and the next 4 weeks or so will be interesting.
Right.
We're going to have guest hosts. And we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. But stop the Adam Sessler as the new host threads right now. Seriously, you put the keyboard down. Stop with the typing.
See, this is even be worse because there's people who still are doing the Meet the Sess thing real. So this is there's probably heads exploding.
They have
somewhere,
problems
like
letting it
scanners.
go. Sarah's still here, though.
She is.
Yes, Sarah is our honorary guest host.
I've lobbied
on the
heavily
couch
to
today.
be a permanent fixture on this here couch.
And you are,
it's
Sarah.
working.
You are.
It's awesome.
You do it well. Did you have a good break? Good extended holiday?
A good extended holiday. It was only 3 days.
Well, it's
You're acting
holiday.
like I haven't seen you for a while.
Hey, any day without a show is a holiday. It doesn't
That's
matter.
true. That's true. Yeah, it was great. Good times. Good barbecues.
Yeah? Little DV Tuesday action to get you back in the swing of things?
It is Tuesday, isn't it?
It is.
We've got DV Tuesday. We've got.
It came from eBay, which really needs
I'm
you to say
excited.
more.
Yeah.
You are. Could
Yes.
take it down a notch, too.
Yeah.
by the way,
Okay.
with
All
that.
right. I'll be careful.
So, Adam, welcome. Thank you for
you
joining
very
us
much.
again. We appreciate it.
I'm always happy to be here. And,
Good.
you know, I'm in this building all the time, so why not just
That's
in front of the camera?
You're free as well,
Exactly.
which the kids at home don't know. You are free, which is great.
Yes.
So you're familiar with the show, right? You know how
Right.
things work around here.
You do some like cool stuff that we get all excited about, right?
Yeah, interesting stuff
All
that's
right.
interesting to you that you want to bring to
Right.
the people.
So this is what I noticed on Ain't It Cool News. They said that they're going to do a live-action version of The Last Unicorn. You remember the animated film, The Last
Yeah.
Unicorn, with the flowy hair
Yeah,
and the adventures and the princesses and all that
Appreciate
stuff?
the.
They're going to do it
Adam,
in real
let me
life.
just stop you there for a second. Appreciate
Okay.
the excitement. I like the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
excited.
that's great. Last Unicorn is not cool material, unfortunately. If this was like a Batman or a comic book character that was cool, if there were flames or killing or machine guns involved, yes.
It's a unicorn. It's the last unicorn. There aren't any more.
Can I show you how this is done?
Okay.
Let me show you this
All
is done.
right, all right,
I'm the
Mr.
seasoned
Cool
vet.
Guy.
Listen, I'm just going to let you know. There's a website called Plastic Bucks.
Okay.
Occasionally they have interesting, cool things posted
Okay.
there. Lots of tentacle comics. But this weekend, I guess he put his keyboard in the dishwasher to see if he could actually wash it.
Right.
There's rumors that say if you remove the keys, yada yada, so on and so forth, you can actually wash your keyboard.
Right.
Get rid of all the food particles and spilt beer.
Yeah,
that
I
are on the
really
inside.
should pay attention to that myself.
Do you have a messy keyboard?
Yeah, people don't even come near my cube right nowadays.
Really?
It's the coffee.
What do you? Is
stains.
it coffee? Or are you spilling
It's
like
coffee.
Cheeto
I think
crumbs?
there are like
or-
some seeds. I don't know. I don't eat seeded things at my desk. Yet seeds have found their way into the keyboard. Maybe
Why don't you
birds.
just turn
I
it
don't
upside
know.
down and shake it?
Well, because that's a lame way. You want to actually put it in the
Works for me.
dishwasher, avoid the heat
You can
cycle.
eat all over
apparently.
again.
Well, that makes sense. Avoid the heat cycle.
Yes. But what's interesting here is that he had to type for several days without a keyboard before he decided to wash it, or while waiting for it to dry. And so he discovered this program called Dasher, which this is the quick explanation here, but it allows you to type by using only your mouse. Or if you have a touch screen, you could use like a PDA stylus, or you could use an eye tracker. So here's how it works. You start it in motion, and you just let the cursor go over the letter that you want to type. So here's an H. I'm going to type hello. Then it will guess the E. And it's smart enough to guess like what words you're trying to type. So you can see,
you can see hello forming right here.
exactly. The L, the L, the
This
O,
is
and then a
really
space.
neat.
And then if I want to type the word everyone, well, it's right there. There's the every.
Wow.
And I can scroll over the word one, slap in a comma. And you can literally just find the letters you want and scroll over them. Then when you're done, you come up here, you copy your text, your hello everyone, paste it into the document you want.
Well, this is
really
awesome.
quick.
I mean, clearly people with disabilities could really take advantage of stuff like that.
Absolutely. People are typing up to 35 words a minute with it, according to the website, which is faster than Sarah types. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sarah?
I
No?
type really fast.
Oh, that's right. You are.
What are you insinuating?
I wasn't. I was just making a joke for joke's sake. But
And it was a good one there, Kevy.
apparently, cue live audience. Exactly. All right, so that didn't work so well. But the Dasher program is cool, allows you to type, and
that's-
it's great for disabled folks.
All right.
Next up.
What's this? Is this the controller family tree?
Yeah.
This.
You like the video games and the controllers, right?
I like the video games. It's a family tree. It connects video game consoles all together. Sort of it's all their evolution. Because the Atari joystick, it leads into Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, etc. It even shows how the Intellivision spawned ColecoVision, and then the line died.
Yeah.
What it doesn't cover is the unfortunate and unavoidable inbreeding.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hardware for consoles has a dark past, and we've seen some pretty disturbing controllers in the past.
See that? That's what happens when you turn your back and they start doing the nasty.
Yeah, you can't. It's since they put in the vibrating features.
Only handle it with a Nintendo Power Glove. Do not
keep it
do
safe.
not use your exposed hands. So if you have that glove lying around, it's definitely a good
No, the family tree is actually really well done. Not only does he have all the images showing you where they've gone, but it's up to date. He's even got the Xbox 360,
and
the PlayStation,
strange,
the boomerang prototype.
Boomerang that's apparently for the
Now,
PS3.
do you think that's legit? I mean, they say prototype, or it said prototype in the display case at E3, but that looks just as uncomfortable as all hell.
The one thing I am hoping is that they do what the Xbox controller does and put the two sticks on different axes.
Yes.
Much easier for first-person shooters. So
Agreed.
I'm hoping that it's just a prototype.
We will see. We will see. And finally, this is how we do the cool stuff at the top of the show here. This is taxidermy for the more creative-minded, or crazy, if you will.
And this is cool.
This is very cool. CustomCreatureTaxidermy.com. How about a little squirrel liqueur decanter? Pop open Squirrely's head there and you pour yourself a good time.
Are these the actual animals?
These are actual animals. I mean, and there's some weird creations, like the two-headed squirrel. They've been selling for $2.95. I know this sounds like it came from eBay, but there's no auction here. These are custom creations. Or, hold on, wait, where's the Capricorn? This is just creepy.
Oh, that's a magical creature.
That is a magical creature.
If you're really demented.
And and a disturbing conversation piece. Right there, all in one at Custom Creature Taxidermy. The deluxe Franken squirrel. I mean, there's some creepy stuff here. But I mean, I would hesitate to say it's borderline art.
I think so. This is another one of the reasons why I don't leave the boundaries of a city. Right. Somewhere out there's that man who's made.
If you hear the banjo music, head away. Don't walk towards it. There's some creepy stuff. The plastic twin, I don't even know what that is. But anyway, there you have it. Now that we've finally stopped having post-traumatic disorders and flashbacks, we are ready to talk about the E3 experience, which was crazy. Good times.
It was. I finally found my way out of the convention center. Took me days. Just couldn't find my way out.
Confusing floor plan. Give us a call with any and all E3 queries. I just said queries.
You did.
That's awesome. The number is 800-839-7880.
And you can email us through our web form at g4tv.com/askouts. Oh, AOTS.
Yes.
And you can chat with us in our IRC chat room, too. Just point your browser to chat.g4tv.com.
Dot communication or commercial. One of the two.
Yeah.
We're going to take you to the Mordor of commercial breaks before returning you to the AOTS Shire. And sometimes I have to put it in terms I'll understand, Adam.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to. But on the way, we've got some super fast DVD copying software for the pirate on the go.
Oh, that's good. Argy. Yar. But wait, Kevin, there's more.
Oh, do tell.
Yes, Chris Gore's opinions matter more than yours. And why? Because he's on TV. And Aquatic TV Tuesday is coming up.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack of the show. Attack.
Are your social commitments eating up all your pirate DVD time?
No, I don't have social.
Humor me, Adam. Humor me.
Oh, okay.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Alaritech's new super copy tower will let you rip through 100 DVDs in just an hour. Call up the girls, because Bridge Night is back, baby.
Yes.
No?
So
Maybe
this
not.
Is, I haven't played bridge ever.
Okay, fair
Anyway,
enough.
so
Yeah.
this is, wow.
This is Alaritech's super copy tower, which sounds like it's straight out of Japan, but it's not. It's a standalone unit. It's got 11 light-on 16x DVD burners in it. Do you want to
Really
hold on?
cool.
Wait,
All right,
let me try it here. I'll just show you.
This is
This
good
is
steel
the
battalion.
cooler part of it right here. Ready?
Yeah.
You just kind of. I missed the top unit. Hold on. There it is.
we go.
And then you can pop them all back in. I mean, it says 11 burners there. It's fun. Go ahead and give it a try.
Sorry.
Run your finger down the side. Go for it.
Oh, it's so.
It's sexy,
arousing.
right? It's kind of sexy.
You got
So there's 11 of them. Go ahead and load them up. Load up the trays.
There we go.
So it's got an 80 gig hard drive within the unit, and the hard drive itself has multiple partitions for actually saving images of your DVD. So essentially, you'll pop in the DVD you want to rip. You don't need a PC. It's a standalone unit. So pop in the DVD you want to rip, press a button, select the partition of the drive that you want the image to reside on, hit a button, again, boom, it's going to rip it to that drive. So now you can have multiple images on multiple partitions, in case you want to go back and reburn them later. So now it can burn with all of the drives using one image at the same time off the hard drive, or you can do disk-to-disk copying. So you can have, an image in the top drive, and boom, break it on down to the bottom. Doing all right there, huh?
What about copy-protected materials?
Well, that's the interesting part. People say, well, this is great. You got a Netflix account, and all of a sudden you got 11 buddies that are enjoying it. Well, unfortunately, it does not copy any copy-protected software.
Well,
which
that doesn't
all
surprise.
DVDs are for the most part, and even some music CDs are. Let's close these up. Let's get it going.
Ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is, right?
Exciting,
Feels
exciting,
good.
exciting.
Give it a bad
excitement.
touch. Give it a bad touch.
There we go.
That's
We're
the
going
bad
in.
touch.
All right.
So now all the discs are loaded, and we've got it set to a partition on the drive where we've created a DVD of all of our cold opens, our little skits that happen at the top of the show.
Funny stuff.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Not normally, though. So I'm going to press run. It's going to check all the DVDs here, and it's going to start burning them right away. Now, the problem with this is that if you look at this LCD screen here, some of the messages are pretty cryptic. I mean, it kind of just pops up random information and numbers, and there's a way to decipher it and figure out what it's saying, but it's not all that user-friendly when it comes to the LCD and the info on there. But the actual burning and ripping process, easy as can be.
So, who is this aimed at outside of the pirate? I mean, what's the ostensible purpose?
I don't think Laratech wants pirates to buy this necessarily. Although there is a guy on Venice Beach on the Strand that has one under a table. You can bring him a CD and he'll burn them for you right there. Yeah. But with that said, it's really for the amateur filmmaker or for the amateur musician. Somebody who says, okay, well, we have a show, we need to burn 500 discs. To have a limited run made at a shop would probably cost more than this actual burner itself.
Well, as I always say, technology lets the people who I don't want to hear from have a voice.
Exactly.
So,
and it's giving it to them now. In all formats, DVD plus, minus RW, dual layer, double-sided, yada, so on and so forth.
Octagonal.
It can burn, audio CDs, even family pets, if you can fit them in the drive bay. It's all there. It's a Laratech. And we're going to check in with the copier later on in the show. And remember, the first 100 chatters out there, in all capital letters, if you type, I want a DVD, if you type it in the chat room, we'll give it to you now. Or we'll just kind of pick people at random. Either way.
That's a little bit noisy, right?
It is a little noisy. But now it's time for a stroll down Sarah Lane.
Oh, that's clever.
Aha, very, very original. DVDs are awesome. I wish the studios would just get their act together and release them all on the same day every week. But wait, they did! On DVD Tuesday! Now the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Gore is back. What's up, dude?
I'm here. Spent the weekend just hanging out, Memorial Day, barbecuing, and watching DVDs.
Tofurkey kielbasa's, I bet.
Yeah, I like the sausage every once in a while. It's not so bad.
As do I.
Don't make a joke, Pereira.
As do I. Okay, so first up, this one came out when we were at E3, so we're going to revisit it because it deserves its credit. This is the Team America World Police Uncensored and Unrated Special Collector's Edition.
Now,
more puppet sex? Is that what I can look forward to?
It's funny you should say that because there are two editions of this DVD out. There's the rated version, which came out in theaters, and there's the uncensored, unrated version. And let me just tell you, there's only 20 seconds of difference. I looked at them both. There's only an extra 20 seconds on the uncensored version.
But is it a juicy 20 seconds?
I'll tell you exactly where it comes in. It's during the puppet sex scene, as you would guess, and involving sex acts, which I couldn't even talk about at all.
Okay.
In fact, I've never...
If you can't, I can't.
Yeah.
So let's not.
Yeah, I think the only way to talk about them is, let's say, it involves number 1 and number 2.
Ew.
But that's about all I can say.
Okay. So what do you think?
Well, it's the thing is, there's a bunch of extras on it in terms of little featurettes about how they made the puppets, and I'm a big fan of this movie. I mean, I thought this film, in terms of a satire, is one of the most important movie satires since Animal Farm.
It's funny
in the 1950s.
in a mean way.
Not to get a little too serious there, but you know what? For me, this is definitely a rental.
It's a rental.
Because there's no commentary, and a rental. You know, when I say it's a rental,
you wanted more than 20 seconds extra.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to say it's the uncensored version, let's see a lot more. Only an extra 20 seconds.
That doesn't seem fair.
But a rental's not a bad thing. I'm not saying
you're not saying fast.
It's bad. I'm saying rented. It's worth seeing, just not worth keeping on the shelf.
All right, moving on. Then the next one, interesting choice, the James Dean collection.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know you were such a rebel.
You know what?
Yourself.
I'm a big.
Actually, I did know you were a rebel, but
I'm a big James Dean fan, and this is the first time that all of his films are being released on DVD in double disc sets. The movie and commentary on one DVD. The second DVD is tons of extras. Each of the commentaries are done by biographers and Dean experts. And if you've never seen James Dean in a movie, you really owe it to yourself to see his films. He only made 3 movies. Rebel Without a Cause, East of Eden, and Giant. And he
died during Giant, right?
He died on September 30th, 1955, before any of these movies were released. So he was kind of already elevated to cult status. And one of the interesting things about...
good-looking fella.
Well, one of the interesting things about James Dean, just to tie it to something to today, is when George Lucas was casting Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2, he wanted a James Dean type. He said he was looking for that kind of angsty teen like James Dean. So if you look at Hayden Christensen's performance in Episode 2 and 3, it kind of has echoes of James Dean.
I see where he was going. I don't know if it's a complete look-alike, but whatever.
Not a look-alike so much as an act-alike. And one interesting thing about Dean, he was praised a lot for his acting, and let me just show you the secret to his acting. He used to have glasses just like this, these kind of horn-rimmed, nerdy glasses.
You look just like him all of a sudden.
Well, not really. But,
No, you
but the
do.
funny thing about Dean is he'd wear these glasses, then he'd take the glasses off, and he would look at people so intensely, and it was because he was nearsighted. So part of the secret to his acting was the fact that he was squinting most of the time, just trying to see what he was doing.
Down to earth, Chris. Back to earth.
It worked for him. I don't know. That's what I've read.
Are you going to pass on this, rent or buy? I already know the answer, but I just have to ask these sorts of things.
For me, this is a rent, only because it's pricey.
Wow,
I mean,
and
it's
you
like,
sold it too.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's one of those things where if you're a
Price
student,
matters.
if you're a student of film history like I am, it's important to see it. Do you need to keep it? I don't know. Save some room on the shelf, maybe for our next one.
Okay, the next one came out when we did our Star Wars extravaganza. Right. Again, couldn't fit it in that day. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Yes.
Zissou,
Steve Zissou.
Criterion Collection.
Which, of course, stars Bill Murray. And I think he does a better job in this film than Lost in Translation.
And Life Aquatic, people loved it or they hated it. I feel like. So if you loved it...
You know what's so funny? I actually respect all the people that said they didn't like it, because Wes Anderson is not an easy filmmaker. You have to kind of ease into watching his movies. I like to think of them as they're definitely like an onion. You notice more layers the more you watch it. You kind of peel those layers away. So
and your eyes start watering.
Yeah. But he has a bizarre sense of humor. So it's if you dig that tone, it definitely holds up to repeated viewings.
Well, he's quite beloved. All his other movies, I mean, more or less, everybody likes
Bottle Rocket, Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore. I mean, if you love those, I mean, Life Aquatic, I think, is his best film. And
you do? You think it's his best film?
I think it's Wes Anderson's best film.
Quite a statement.
And again, packed with extras. It's cool. The commentary was done with the co-writer, Noah Baumbach, and they actually recorded it at the restaurant that they wrote the screenplay at. So you're trying to hear the commentary, and you hear all this restaurant noise in the background, and they're ordering food, and
I don't know.
I like that. I dig it. It's
you
cool.
You do?
Yeah.
It's at a restaurant. What are you going to do?
Okay, it's not so cliche.
Bottom line, then.
This is a definite buy.
Thank you. I didn't think we were ever going to buy anything today.
Well, I'm buying this one, and
good.
It's because it's Criterion. Also, it's one of those things that will go out of print and be hard to find, and then it'll go up in value.
Good to know. Good thought. Okay. Well, we've got 3: a rent, and a buy. We did good today, Chris.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you. You can visit filmthreat.com to hear more rants and raves from this gentleman, or you can always visit Chris's personal website at chrisgore.com. Now, remember when your dad would say things like, "I'll let you have a cake party the day lawnmowers fly," or maybe it was when monkeys mow the lawn, or whatever it was. The point is, lawnmowers fly now. They do. Brendan's got proof, and Adam and Kevin are going to squirm like Nintendo executives as you call in with your E3 questions. It's all next.
I think Chris Gore said Team America didn't have any director's comments, which is a travesty against all men.
Well, I'm still hung up on the sausage thing. So I mean, some of the stuff went in. I didn't catch it.
You would get tripped up on that. Let's clear your mind then by transitioning to some phone calls.
Okay,
shall we?
That's great.
Peter joins us on the phone from Virginia Gardens, Florida. Peter, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, and you?
Doing pretty good. You got a question about the old E3 for us?
Well, big fan of the show. And, I'd like to ask, do you guys think Gears of War and Perfect Dark Zero are just reasons alone to get the Xbox 360?
It's a good question.
Gears of War
Cecily,
is.
let's hear it.
I
Yeah,
think,
Gears of War definitely.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I would spend what we estimated to be $300 on that system just to play Gears of War. I was so absolutely blown away by it. Perfect Dark Zero. I saw some stuff behind closed doors.
Yeah, because it was absent from the actual show floor.
Right. It was not enough for me to even begin to render a judgment. All I can say is the game does not look as bad as those screenshots that were showing up on the web. I really wonder what those were.
The ham leg guy, the left thigh guy with his giant left thigh.
It still has a lot more work ahead of it. I mean, and JL had even said that he didn't know if it was going to be a launch title. So I think we're going to have to see more of it later before we know. Cameo, on the other hand, I was amazingly impressed with.
Really?
Yes.
Because they were talking about like 10,000 characters on the screen, and then they show the characters kind of reacting to this horse by just kind of flying out of the way. It didn't look that.
I was finally impressed with the game. I mean, this is a game that's been on 4 different systems.
Right.
But yeah.
Very
All
nice.
right.
Sounds good.
I think we have a second caller here.
Yes, Robert joins us on the phone from Tacoma. Robert, you there?
Hi.
How you doing,
Kevin.
buddy?
Yeah. Hi, Kevin, Sarah, Adam. How's it going?
Going all right?
Hanging out. The Cess is joining
By the way,
us.
Captain Immy, it's me, Kadosha, on the forums.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not much.
Seriously, enough with those creepy private messages. I don't need to see any more photos. I get it.
It's all right.
I get it. It's cool.
No, I didn't say that.
Don't ask, Adam. Don't
Anyways, I got a question. Maybe two.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Go for it.
All right. Okay, the first one, to both of you. What is your favorite classic gaming title?
All right. What's your second one? Give them both. We'll answer them in order.
All right. What are you looking forward to in next gen?
All right. Go.
All right.
Next gen, you're Gears of War,
Gears
right?
of War. I am all over Gears of War, like things on other things.
I'm looking forward to finding out how pre-rendered that Killzone footage was.
Yes.
Because I still maintain there is no way in hell that was real.
And Kojima's now saying that he's worried that it may be too hard to actually make games look like that on the PS3. But back to the classic gaming. Ghosts and Goblins series.
Really?
Yeah. Ghouls and Ghosts that was the game that got me into gaming. I think I loved it because it was the first time where you really saw different art designs for each level, and there's a real treat about getting more forward in the game because you want to see what the next level looked like. And that's always been at the crux of what I like to do in games, is see something new.
Very nice, very nice. For me, it was Comanche Maximum Overkill on the 486. It was the very first game I ever played, and it's what sold me on PCs, which led me to delving into other things. So, not really classic per se, but it was the first game I played.
For you,
so.
it's a classic.
Exactly.
Kevin's
when you're
classic.
12 years old, Quake's a classic. All right, like the feeling you get when you realize there's still one more Oreo left in the bag. Adam, we've got more on the way.
Oh, goody!
Yes, like 2 news cookies with creamy tech center filling we like to call the feed.
What?
It's just the feed. It's
All
news.
right, and lawnmowers are large, gas-powered machines equipped with giant, whirring blades. So taking them to the sky shouldn't pose any immediate danger, right? Shouldn't.
No, it should.
Oh, okay.
Hey, welcome back, folks. If you're just joining us, Adam has already apologized for using that word on live television, so please stop calling in. He's sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought I could say it because, my parents...
Adam, just let it go. Is that cool? Can we move on, please? We've still got It Came from eBay and Sarah's damn good download on the way to get us back in your good graces.
And don't forget, this week's Boost Mobile Live Band is hip-hop group Emanon.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Now, we're checking in with our DVD burner here. This is not a stack of blank DVDs, folks. This is what we burnt.
Now
already.
that first batch that we showed, I think it was about like 2 to 3 minutes.
Just about 2 to 3 minutes,
That is
11
amazing.
DVDs. We've already loaded up for another run, so let's go ahead and get it going.
I like doing this part.
It's fun to do. Is it a few $1,000s of fun?
It's like Steel Battalion when you flip up all the switches pointlessly at the beginning of the game. And then go, I spent $150 on this. And then we hit run.
Boom. Another batch is going. Now, I'm sorry, Brendan's trying desperately to get my attention. What? Don't waves, just speak.
No, I'm not. Who writes this stuff? Anyway. The human mind has devised ways to send astronauts to the moon, cure diseases, and find endless TV work for William Shatner. And now we have lawnmowers that can fly. Yeah. I spent some time in Pennsylvania checking out this latest advancement. Here in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania with a 25-mile-an-hour wind, we're going to try and fly a couple things today. A race car, a witch, a tank, and a lawnmower.
Meet Spiro and Henry, a couple guys who like flying things. In fact, that's the name of their company, Flying Things. It's run out of Henry's garage.
Yeah, I do most of the design work, laying out all the points that's going to comprise of the design of the airplane, matching them all together, making sure all the pieces fit together.
Do people say, I want a flying lawnmower, and then you just build one for them?
No, we actually have them already built, and we have a website that lists all of our products. We have a couple of distributors that stock our products, and when they see the product, they like it, they maybe want to give it a try, they'll buy it. Last year, our first year, we sold over 250 lawnmowers.
Wow.
First year. This year, so far, first quarter, we've probably done about 60 already.
So is that kind of like the top?
This is actually the wing core, the mower deck that we see.
Yeah.
That's actually the wing. As you can see, the shape of it is definitely a wing. These are our controls. Just makes the mower go up and down. The dummy engine that we put on top. As I'm putting it together, you can see it's beginning to look like a mower.
Now, the green lawnmower is actually their most popular seller, but the guys make a red lawnmower because the people that buy these things in Britain prefer red lawnmowers, since the lawnmowers are red in Britain.
The lawnmower's been around for over 30 years now. It's just people really don't know much about it, don't know they even exist. If you were in the industry back then, you knew about it, you knew about the flying doghouse, you knew about the lawnmower, you knew about all the different things that there were. But it kind of died out after a couple of years, and it just started resurfacing in the last 4 years.
That's right, a flying doghouse. Sopwith Camel style. It's a bit tougher to fly since, you know, it's a doghouse.
We have a flying witch, a flying car, and a flying tank. We're waiting for the U.S. government to come after us for the tank. Maybe we could do some production for the military.
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath.
I'm not.
Okay, look at the plane. Okay, you got it. Make a left. Go left on the stick. Okay, here we go again. The plane is yours. Too much. Go the opposite way. Very good. Pull back on the stick. Very nice.
The guys also make something called the Mad 3D Taco.
Now this one is particularly made to fly in your backyard.
Why is that?
Because it's very light, 16 ounces, is electric, it doesn't disturb the neighbors.
That's hard to do, isn't it?
It took me about a year and a lot of patience to learn how to do.
Is it just like the touch?
It's basically like trying to balance a broomstick on your nose.
Yeah, how can you not have fun going out there with the guys and just flying and competing against each other and trying to outdo everybody else and just having a ball?
Oh.
So you actually got to fly one of those things?
I did.
I've heard that the RC planes are difficult to fly. I mean,
They're not difficult because it's up in the air. But the hard part is you can't like put it down and like go get a soda.
Right, and take a break.
Yeah, exactly. You
got to
can't
land it first.
There's no pause button, and it's really weird because you get nervous and think, what do I do now? But it's all up to you, and it doesn't belong to you. So when you crash it, you have to pay for it, and that's also bad.
Or, yeah, apologize profusely and run away. One of the two.
You, too, can own your own flying lawnmower. The site is flyingthings.com. There's also links, Kevin, on our show notes.
That's convenient, Brendan.
And now for the segment that massages my brain with smart cream. The feed.
Don't say cream when you refer to me, thanks. The push to make the Patriot Act 2.0 even more of a civil rights crushing juggernaut keeps going. Now the FBI is demanding the right to ask ISPs to turn over information about their customers and subscribers. Up next, G-men huddling around your diary, reading passages aloud and giggling. The Bush administration filed an appeal with the Second Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals in New York, asking to restore its ability to demand these records without a judge's approval. The American Civil Liberties Union, however, is questioning the law, saying it does not contain a provision to challenge the FBI's demand and is therefore unconstitutional. In response, the FBI put its fingers in its ears and shouted, war on terror, over and over. La, 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 la. They don't hear us. Last December, video game company Electronic Arts bought a 20% stake in French game maker Ubisoft. This act has spurred Ubisoft to do what the French always do in this situation: surrender! Nah, just kidding. They're actually going to fight. Who knew? Ubisoft president Yves Guillemot used his E3 platform to urge shareholders to hold on to their shares and resist what he considers to be a hostile bid by EA to gain control of the company. The French press have naturally inflated this conflict to ridiculous heights, seeing EA's actions as an assault by brutish Americans against French culture. Because, as we all know, France has a long and distinguished history of Tom Clancy's stealth missions and princes from Persia who can run up walls. All know that. Well established. Now, the bearded ones, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, obviously, have finally approved a script for a 4th Indiana Jones film. Finally! Any longer, and Harrison Ford would have been older than any relic he'd be hunting. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and carbon date that joke. Thanks. After 5 different screenwriters, among them Chris Columbus, M. Night Shyamalan, and Frank Darabont, had their efforts tossed into the well of souls, Catch Me If You Can scribe Jeff Nathanson's script finally got the nod. Now it's just up to Ford to commit, and the project is presumably a go. No word on his love interests or sidekicks this time, but we have a feeling Kate Capshaw is clearing her calendar, since Steven will have to make up for not casting her in pretty much anything since Temple of Doom. It's either that or sleeping on the couch, man. And finally, a company called Chapin Information Services has discovered a flaw in the Yahoo Music subscription service that could potentially allow people to pretty much download whatever they want without getting charged. Not that anybody would ever do that. None of you. Yahoo's Music Unlimited beta is just 2 weeks old, yet CIS has found the chink in the armor using standard internet equipment. They're not giving away the specifics just yet, and they have contacted Yahoo about the flaw, but apparently have yet to hear back. Amazing. We actually have CIS head Robert Chapin on the phone now to talk a little bit more about this with the boys.
All right. Yeah, boys. This is good. Mr. Chapin, are you there, sir?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Kevin.
Yes, sir. We sincerely appreciate your time, and we want to know, go ahead and just tell us exactly how to do this. We're waiting. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I would love to tell you that. In fact, I've had a lot of people asking me that question.
I'm sure you have.
I can imagine that.
Our legal team has advised me that is exactly what I should not tell you.
You know, I advise you to not listen to the legal team, honestly. You'd probably get more friends if you just release a how-to.
Yes, it would be a very amusing story. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy to hear and retell that one. But actually, this vulnerability does still exist on the Yahoo website, so I would certainly be putting them in jeopardy by exposing any of that information.
Right. Well, Robert, tell me, how easy is it to do exactly? I mean, I know you're using standard internet hardware and software, but, I mean, is it really that easy that anybody could go and just download the music for free?
I had talked to a friend last night and exploring the option with him of doing some sort of a demonstration, but he said, wow, anyone could do that.
Really?
So the bottom line is that, yes, it's easy. No, there is not an obvious button on Yahoo's webpage that says, click here to get free music.
Right.
But it is possible. It can be done. And I'm sure they're working to fix it very quickly.
Now, what motivated you to seek out this flaw and exploit it?
Well, the music beta is open to the public right now, so it's being tested, and they are charging for a subscription service if you want to sign up for it. My motivation was to review it very quickly, maybe spend some time installing it, and we came back to it. I was aware of some possible vulnerabilities with it that I was curious about, and I didn't expect anything to come of it, but as it turns out, I am able to download music from Yahoo's website.
Yeah, as it turns out, your friends and family suddenly have their iPods filled. That's interesting. Interesting.
Right.
Robert, very interesting. We look forward to hearing more about the exploit. I sincerely want to know how it's done.
Not even for the free music. That would be nice.
And it's honestly not for the free music. I want to know what kind of exploit Yahoo left in their service.
Well, thank you so much for the phone call.
Thank you again, Robert.
Now, I've heard a lot of big talk about Sarah's damn good download. Well, it's on the way. It better impress me.
It probably won't. But actually, I've also heard a lot of disparaging things about my It Came From eBay, Adam, and I believe all of it.
And I said most of it.
You did?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
In the forums, too. Why'd you type that?
Well, get your delousing combs and anti-frizz cream out because we're playing Star Wars Galaxies Episode 3. Actually, just Star Wars Galaxies Rage of the Wookiees, as if there's any other thing a Wookiee could do, but rage. Anyway, that's going to be on this week's Attack of the Show LAN party. In the amount of time it takes you to say the full title of the game, Star Wars Galaxies Rage of the Wookiees, Lucas made another $100 million. To register, go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. You'll get all the details and the links to get started. So see you Thursday for the LAN party. Now, it's what happens when a commercial website sleeps with its sister. That's right. I'm talking about it came from eBay.
You got some competition on that read.
What would you score it on out of a 10? This was just 1 week to it came from eBay.
There was something very sort of ominous and haunted about Adam's
There was.
rendition.
I might have a chance to say it at the end of this bit, and maybe I'll one-up him.
Maybe.
Let's get right to the auction goodness, shall we?
Why don't we?
There's lots of things in this world that can be burnt onto toast, Sarah. But apparently, a toaster has malfunctioned and burnt a Darth Vader image onto a piece of toast. This is real.
This is becoming a trend,
100% real, Sarah. No joke. The Dark Man himself.
Oh, so that was
piece
just
of toast.
Totally unintentional. It means something, doesn't
happened. It just even had it on the light setting, and this is what happened. 15 grand.
Yeah.
No bids yet. No bids yet.
Hard to believe.
Darth on 100% real. It says it right there in the title, Sarah. What are you calling him, a liar? Moving on.
I'm just saying.
Moving on. Sarah, I know you like to escape the pain of the harsh reality of your life by going home and dipping into, Uncle's
whatever I can get my hands
Uncle's medicine
on.
cabinet.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, how about a devil's hand bottle holder? Look at that. The perfect way to display your collection. Let me scroll and make people nauseous.
Can you
Look at
just
that.
do one bottle at a time, though?
Oh, sure you can. But I don't know if you're even supposed to drink it out of the hand, but it's just a cool bottle holder. It's even wrapped with barbed wire.
So that's what the devil's hand looks like, huh?
Apparently.
Oh,
his
not
nails,
so bad.
nails surprisingly aren't as dirty as I thought they'd be.
No.
Cleaner than mine.
And, sure, so I can just, display a bottle or will it hold a wine bottle?
Yeah, it'll hold a wine bottle, for sure.
I love
for sure.
it.
Or 40,
I'm getting
if you want to have a classy night out with the ladies. How about, have you heard the song Banana Phone? We can't sing it, we don't own the rights to it, but have you ever heard it or seen the little flash about the
Yeah,
ring,
I hate
ring,
it.
ring, the banana phone?
Hate it, hate it, hate
now
it.
you can have a real banana phone for only $14.99. Well, actually, it's $27 US. There it is. Someone has modded. I can't believe we didn't do this on our show, but someone beat us to it. They put an actual earpiece and mic into a plastic banana. So you can be walking down the street.
So it's like a real phone, but it's like you're holding a banana in your
You're talking into a banana. Are you crazy? No, I'm Sarah Lane.
That's right.
And you punch him in the throat.
I'm sorry, Kevin, I can't hear you. I have a banana in my ear.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good times.
I do like that.
It's cheap too. And finally, it's a torrid love story when Harry met Sally. It's two flies that unfortunately died while in love. And there's a whole story. There they are dead on the bed of someone's playset.
Flies live like 5 hours. Why do we care about this?
Well, we care about it because somehow it managed to get 17 bids and go for $41.
Aw,
Two dead flies.
Harry and Sally dead forever.
A little fiction goes a long way, Sarah Lane.
Super bummed now.
There you go.
Thanks.
Always expect the unexpected. When it came from eBay! Oh, Sessler, take that! Aha!
When the show returns from its 2.5-minute hiatus, and we do that from time to time, I'm going to offer up a damn good download for all you computer users out there, wherever you may be.
I'm one. Coming up tomorrow, Europe. The sights, the sounds, the assaults. Dan Winters of Electronic Arts will be here to demo the latest Medal of Honor. Plus, voice-over actor and, the last of the Jedi, Mark Hamill will talk about robot monkeys and why the Star Wars prequels suck. Settle down, nerds. I'm just joking. And did you get around to making an Attack of the Show CD case? If not, do it now! We'll be showing them off in our user-created. Oh, and you thought today's show was good, huh? You love us. Admit it. Look at all these DVDs, Sessler.
It's amazing.
I just want to take
all those people that got roped into doing wedding videos, this may be their godsend.
They're warm, fresh out of the burner. They feel fantastic. In fact, the chat room, we told people to just spam the chat if they wanted it. Well, they're artfully done. It didn't work out so well because the text went crazy, so I think they should just email, AdamSessler@gmail.com. What? Send your requests, and he will personally send you a copy of the DVD. We've got plenty of them. Now, if you think all downloads are computer crashing waste of time, well, apparently you've never seen a damn good download.
Come up here, Pereira, and learn something. You ready?
Hey! Someone told me that all downloads aren't computer crashing wastes of time.
They're not, and I have two
winded.
damn
Sorry.
good downloads today. It's all right. You don't run around enough.
I don't.
2 damn good downloads that are free and helpful and make your Windows do different things without
All right.
actually changing anything.
Like
really.
tricks?
Yeah, like tricks.
Okay, let's see it.
All right, so let's look at my desktop, right? And I've got a few windows open,
That's-
right?
yeah, that's quite a few windows
And
there.
it's kind of a mess, and I can
cluttered.
either minimize them all, you know, in the Windows sort of a way, or with a free program called WinRoll, I can just right-click the title bar, and then it'll just minimize to the title bars themselves. So I actually have the title bars. They're still up. They haven't been minimized to my taskbar. They have, actually, but they're also up here on the desktop.
Very nice.
And all I have to do is right-click, and they open right back up. How do you like that?
I like that a lot, but I mean, clearly an add-on like that, you'd what, $17.99, $25, $27?
I said it was free.
You weren't kidding.
You're so dramatic.
Wow.
Okay, the
Let's
next
try
one
that.
is called Top Desk, and this is also it's sort of if you like OS 10, this isn't quite that, but it will
OS
feel
X.
OS X.
Thank you.
It will feel reminiscent, if that's your thing. Okay. So I've got some windows open, and I'm kind of like, gee, I would like to sort of see them all tiled. They're all on top of
Sure.
each other.
Make
I'm
them
confused.
aqua.
Make them. Well, I'm not going to make
just-
them aqua, but I am going to make them tiled by pressing F9.
Whoa!
Ta-da! And at that point, I can say, do I want iNews? That's the program that we use here that no one
don't
has
show them the
ever heard
rundown.
of.
Show them it. Let them see it. This is what show them what a show looks like.
All right.
Come on, that's
so if I
what
want
it looks
that,
like.
I
That's
just
what we go
click
through.
on it. If I want a different program, it has it gives me my little titles. And you can also just title your applications, or if you want, get rid of everything. F11 takes it all down. F11 brings it all back. You can tile. You can minimize.
All
you
the
can just
beauty.
minimize to the title bar. Now, Top Desk, that was the second program that I just showed you.
It's a
isn't
monthly
free.
fee?
No, it's $10, or it's free if you just want the settings to revert back to default every time you restart.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
fine.
changed any of the settings, so I don't care. It's
Default
free
settings
to
are
me.
good. All the functionality of a Mac with actual functionality, because it's a PC.
Ooh, starting fights.
I like it. Good downloads.
I don't involve myself in petty arguments, but good downloads.
It's a damn good download.
Too.
And it's not a petty
Damn good
argument.
downloads.
PC's rule.
Plural. You can find today's damn good downloads links at g4tv.com/the Sarah Lane files, along with naked photos of drunk Vader, if you like that sort of thing.
Wow.
And that's totally up to you. Now, emails and chat questions are like talking without that messy human contact.
Yeah.
Sticky and gross. Join us while we find out what's on your mind from a safe distance.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack.
All right, as many of you know, Attack of the Show already made history with the world's largest NES controller. Well, to prove that we're not all hung up on size, next week we're going to attempt something, let's just say smaller. Yeah, that's right. We're that comfortable with ourselves, huh? Clear off some space in the old record books, people. Now let's see what's going on in the IRC chat room.
You guys ready?
Okay, what's going on?
You ready, Adam?
Yeah, all right.
Has Adam done chat before?
Not that
I've talked to people.
Oh, okay, well, let's
in
see.
my life.
in
yeah.
other chats.
Yeah.
Just not this particular
Probably not
IRC
this.
chat room.
Well, I'm
Let's
all
get to it.
excited.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
First one from Fifth Dream, who asks, what's the PS3 game Adam is looking forward to most right now?
Oh. Insomniac's game. It's funny. It's called. People are calling it I-8. I think it's a mistake. I have a feeling that it's something to do with just the I being Insomniac. But it's the one that looked like it was like a World War II setting, and there was like creatures that looked like some sort of like the guys that didn't make it in Half-Life 2. It looked really cool.
Isn't he just full of energy while the two of us are like, all right.
We're like,
this is
hey,
the-
we got
the
maybe like
downward
one more chat
spiral.
question and then we're out of here. Let's get it done.
All right.
Sorry,
we have time for one more?
Yeah.
All right.
Slow Mo asks, Crazy Pie asks, what's the worst game that Attack of the Show saw at E3? Attack of the Show and X-Play. We were all there.
Yeah, everybody was there.
What's the worst freaking game?
I didn't spend time looking at a lot of bad games.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of knew what I was expecting to be good, and I wanted to go see them, but there had to have been a stinker there.
Another day, another dollar. Speaking of which, I really should have read the contract before signing.
Me too.
Thanks to Robert Chapin, who's out there trying to make these music subscription sites work for everyone.
Attack of the
We
Show
appreciate it, and
wardrobe
we're-
provided by
Thanks, buddy.
Jinx.